Welcome back to CoinQuest coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of a very familiar yet often overlooked coin, the 1967 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You may have one lying around in your change jar, but did you know that some of these coins are worth far more than just 1 cent? That's right, in some cases, they're selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's uncover why this humble coin could be worth a small fortune. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The 1967 Lincoln penny belongs to the Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 until 2008. On the obverse, you'll see a familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a design crafted by Frank Gasparo. What makes the 1967 penny unique is not just its design, but the context of its minting. In 1967, the U.S. Mint did not use mint marks. That means no D4 Denver, no S4 San Francisco. All 1967 pennies simply bear the year. This was due to a government effort to discourage coin hoarding during a time of coin shortages. A massive over 3 billion Lincoln pennies were struck in 1967. That's a huge number, so the coin isn't considered rare by default. Each penny from this year was made with 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it that classic reddish-brown color, though many have toned to a darker brown over time. But here's the twist: even among billions of coins, there are hidden gems. Some 1967 pennies have unique characteristics or minting errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Let's talk about what really matters: the varieties and errors that make a 1967 penny worth more than face value. Point 1. Double die obverse, DDO. This is one of the most sought-after errors in the coin world. A doubled die means the coin's design was stamped twice, slightly offset, creating a doubled appearance on the letters or numbers. If you spot doubling on "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date 1967, you might have a rare error coin. Such a penny can fetch $50 to over $500, depending on condition and the severity of the doubling. Point 2. Off-center strike. Coin struck off-center due to a misaligned die can be valuable. A 1967 penny that is 10 to 50% off-center could bring $25 to $150 or more, especially if the full date is still visible. Point 3. Die cracks or cuds. Die cracks appear as raised lines across the coin, while a cut is a blob-like area where part of the die has broken off. These errors are highly collectible and can bring $10 to $100 depending on size and visibility. Point 4. Struck on the wrong planchet. In very rare cases, a 1967 penny might have been struck on a dime or foreign coin planchet. These errors are extremely valuable and can command $500 to over $2,000 at auction. As with any collectible coin, condition is king. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with MS60 to MS70 indicating mint state or uncirculated condition. A 1967 penny in poor, circulated condition might only be worth a few cents. But if yours is bright red, uncirculated, and flawless, it could be worth $10 to $100 or more just for its grade. Certified coins, especially those graded by top grading services like PCGS or NGC, tend to fetch the highest prices at auction. A top-graded MS67 red 1967 penny has sold for over $800 in recent years. So how much is your 1967 Lincoln penny worth right now? Let's break it down. Average circulated condition, 1 to 5 cents. High grade uncirculated, red $10 to $50. Rare error varieties, $50 to $2,000+. You can check prices on auction sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections. Look for sold listings, not just asking prices, to see the actual market value. If you believe you have a valuable coin, get it appraised or graded before selling. Coin shows, local dealers, or online coin communities can also be a great resource. So the next time you're going through your spare change, don't overlook that 1967 Lincoln penny. What seems like just another coin might be a small piece of history or a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Whether it's an error variety, a high-grade example, or something rare and unexpected, it pays to keep your eyes open. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips, values, and discoveries. Drop a comment below if you have a 1967 penny, and tell us what it looks like. You never know, you might be sitting on a coin worth a lot of money. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck treasure hunting, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today's video is all about one of the most overlooked coins in American currency, the Abraham Lincoln 1974 1-cent penny coin. At first glance, it might just look like a regular old penny, but believe it or not, this coin could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. If you have a 1974 Lincoln penny sitting in your drawer or piggy bank, stay tuned, because we're diving deep into its history, varieties, errors, and current market value. You won't believe how much some of these have sold for. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, and by 1974, it was already a well-known symbol of American coinage. The 1974 penny features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse, or head side, you'll see Lincoln's bust facing right, the word Liberty on the left, the date 1974 on the right, and the motto "In God We Trust" at the top of the reverse side. At that time, still featured the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a design by Frank Gasparo that had been in use since 1959. Above the memorial, you'll see United States of America and E Pluribus Unum, while the denomination 1 cent is displayed at the bottom. This coin was minted in large numbers at 3 different U.S. mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. In 1974, the U.S. Mint struck more than 8 billion Lincoln pennies. The composition of the coin was 95% copper and 5% zinc. That means each of these pennies actually contains more copper than the coins made after 1982, which are primarily zinc with a copper coating. Here's the breakdown. Of Philadelphia Mint produced over 4 billion coins. No Mint mark. Denver Mint produced around 4.2 billion coins, with the D Mint mark. San Francisco Mint struck over 400 million proof coins, with the S Mint mark. But even though the mintage numbers are high, not all 1974 pennies are the same. And now here's where things get interesting. Due to the rising cost of copper in the early 1970s, the U.S. Mint experimented with striking pennies in aluminum. Around 1.5 million aluminum pennies dated 1974 were produced as test coins. However, these coins were never released for circulation. Most were melted down and destroyed. Only a few are believed to exist today, and they are considered illegal to own, but their estimated value is astronomical, as high as $200,000 or more. So if you ever come across a very lightweight 1974 penny that doesn't feel or sound like a copper coin, be extremely cautious. It could be one of the rarest coins in U.S. history. Even though the majority of 1974 pennies aren't rare, error coins are an entirely different story. Certain types of mistakes during the minting process can lead to coins that collectors are willing to pay big money for. Here are a few valuable errors to keep an eye out for. A double die obverse. This is when the design elements like the date, letters, or Lincoln's profile appear doubled. Some 1974 DDO pennies have sold for hundreds of dollars. Off-center strikes. If your coin looks like it was struck off to one side or part of the design is missing, it might be an off-center error. Depending on how far off the strike is and how much detail is visible, these coins can sell for $50 to several $100s. Clipped planchet. These are coins that were struck on incomplete metal blanks. A noticeable bite missing from the edge can make these worth between $20 and $150 depending on severity. Wrong planchet error. If a penny was accidentally struck on a dime or foreign coin blank, the value skyrockets. These rare errors have sold for over $500 in certain cases. Let's talk about what makes a 1974 penny truly valuable. The condition of the coin, or its grade, plays a huge role in how much a collector might pay. Coins that are heavily worn or scratched are usually only worth face value or just above it for their copper content. However, coins in uncirculated condition, also called mint state, can be worth much more. Here's a general idea. Circulated 1974 penny, 1 to 5 cents. Uncirculated, MS60 to MS65, 15 cents to $3 proof coins from San Francisco, 75 cents to $5. High grade MS67 coins, $50 to $100. Rare error coins or aluminum tests, up to $200,000 or more. A 1974 S-proof penny graded PR69 deep cameo has sold for over $7,000 at auction. And a few error coins with dramatic doubling or planchet mistakes have topped $1,000 depending on demand and condition. So what should you do if you think you have a rare or valuable 1974 penny? First, examine it under a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual coloring and weight. If it seems special, don't clean it. Cleaning can reduce its value significantly. You can get your coin appraised by a local coin shop or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can dramatically increase your coin's marketability and final sale price. While the 1974 Lincoln penny might seem ordinary at first glance, the truth is that certain variations and rare errors can make this coin worth a fortune. Whether it's a mint-state gem, a dramatic double die, or one of the ultra-rare aluminum test coins, the value of this humble cent could be life-changing. So go ahead, check your piggy bank, your wallet, or that old jar of coins in the attic. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another rare coin video. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny, and stay tuned for more videos on coins worth big money. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most iconic and potentially valuable coins in American history, the 1983 Lincoln 1-cent penny. That's right, a coin that many people pass up without even realizing it could be worth thousands of dollars today. You might even have one lying around in your pocket, piggy bank, or old coin jar. So grab a seat, stay tuned, and let's talk about the surprising value of the 1983 Lincoln penny. First off, let's get a little background. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, honoring the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The obverse of the coin features the famous bust of Lincoln, while the reverse design in 1983 still carried the classic Lincoln memorial design that was first introduced in 1959. But what makes the 1983 penny so special? Why is this common-looking coin turning heads in the numismatic world? Well, there are a few key reasons. Let's break them down. A section break sound effect first, and most importantly, we have to talk about the metal composition. In 1982, the US Mint made a major change. They switched the penny's metal content from 95% copper to a much cheaper copper-plated zinc core. That change helped save costs, but it also created an opportunity for something very rare, transitional errors, and this leads us to the star of today's show, the 1983 copper penny error. You see, although all 1983 pennies were supposed to be made of copper-plated zinc, a very small number were mistakenly struck on leftover copper planchets from 1982. If you happen to come across one of these ultra-rare 1983 copper pennies, you could be holding on to a coin worth a fortune. Here's how to tell if you might have one. Sound effect, coin clinking first, check the weight. A normal 1983 zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. A copper penny from 1982 weighs about 3.11 grams. If your 1983 penny weighs around 3.1 grams, you could have struck gold, well, copper, but valuable copper. You'll want to use a precise digital scale that reads in grams to measure the weight accurately. If it checks out, you'll definitely want to get it professionally authenticated and graded. The most trusted services include PCGS and NGC. They can confirm whether your coin is truly one of the rare 1983 copper planchet errors. Now let's talk numbers. Just how much is this coin worth? In recent years, authenticated 1983 copper pennies have sold for between $10,000 to over $20,000, depending on their condition. Yes, you heard that right, over $20,000 for a 1-cent coin. That's the kind of treasure hiding in plain sight. Section break sound effect. But even regular 1983 Lincoln pennies with no major errors can be worth more than face value, especially if they're in mint state condition. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading companies can fetch a few dollars to even over $20, simply because they are in exceptional, untouched condition. In addition, another 1983 penny error that's highly sought after is the 1983 double die reverse. This variety features strong doubling on the reverse of the coin, especially noticeable in the lettering like 1 cent and E pluribus unum. If you notice bold, clear doubling, you might have a doubled die coin. Depending on condition and grade, these can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100, and some in top grades have gone for over $1,000 at auction. So, what should you do? Well, here's your action plan. First, check your coin jars, old wallets, and anywhere you might have stored loose change. Look specifically for 1983 pennies. Then, grab a good digital scale and measure the weight. If your coin weighs about 3.1 grams, don't clean it, don't scratch it, and don't spend it. Instead, get it graded and authenticated as soon as possible. Also, take a close look under magnification. Look for that double die reverse, it could be hiding in plain sight. You can also compare your coin to high-resolution images online from reputable coin grading websites to help verify its potential. Final word sound effect to wrap things up. The 1983 Lincoln 1-cent penny might not look like much, but don't be fooled. A rare error, an unusual planchet, or a flawless mint state version could turn this humble little coin into a high-value collectible worth thousands. Always check your change and learn to recognize the signs of rare coins. You never know what you might find. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or interesting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin content, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a treasure hunting tip. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare penny or if you have any questions. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck out there.